All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. My name is Dent-Hess. I am the creator of this Renew, Refresh, Reset Your Life live stream on firetalk.com. And today we are going to be talking to two guests who I've been waiting a long time to talk to, and we've had to postpone it because we had some connectivity issues, but we got those squared away, and I'm just counting on both of them to be able to show up and connect today. I see they are here. Ladies, good to see you. Give me just a few minutes to finish the intro, and then I'm going to invite you in to take a seat, and this will happen today, right? Okay. All right. So today we're going to be talking to Quinchela Dent-Hess and Paris Johnson. These two ladies, Quinchela I've been knowing probably maybe about 5 or 6 years, and Paris, she and I actually have never met in person. Quinchela and I haven't met in person either, I don't think. But anyway, Paris, I went to school with Paris' mom, 10 or 15 years ago or whatever. And so we got connected when I saw that Paris was bodybuilding too, and Quinchela was also bodybuilding. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background about each of them, and then I'm going to invite them on. I'm going to talk about Quinchela Dent-Hess first, and then I'm going to do Paris intro, and then I'm going to invite her on. So Quinchela Dent-Hess is an avid health and fitness enthusiast. She began her fitness journey in 2006 to prepare for her wedding. And since that time, she's always looked for ways to challenge herself. She has run several 5Ks and 2 half marathons. And approaching her 40th birthday, she set a bucket list goal of competing in her first figure competition. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and read Paris too, and then I'm going to invite you on at the same time because I really want to talk to you all together. All right. Let's see if we've got a live chat going on. Okay, so Paris Johnson, she was born into a military household, and so she is from many different places. And she was blessed with the opportunity to travel the world and experience new cultures throughout her childhood. She got her education at Michigan State University with a degree in apparel and textile design, and had planned on pursuing that career path when she was introduced to health and fitness. So far, she has competed in 2 bodybuilding competitions and has now began her own online training business in order to help others discover fitness as well. Moving forward, she will have a fashion internship in Los Angeles, California, and post-internship, and she plans on becoming a certified personal trainer. So I'm going to bring Quinchela on first. Quinchela, okay, fingers crossed. Okay, going to invite you on, and we're going to count down, and you're going to be here in just a minute, just a few seconds. She's loading. There she goes, people.
Yeah.
That was smooth sailing, right? Snap, just like that. I'm so happy. Hey, 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 hey. All right, so we're going to do the same thing for Paris. Paris, I'm ready to invite you on. We're on the countdown. She's coming on. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Paris.
Hi.
You can do it.
Okay. Only thing is, I can't hear any of you guys talking right now.
You can't.
I can't hear you.
Oh, no.
Okay. So, Quinchela, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me. And so, your speakers up, your volume up.
I'm trying to turn the volume up. I think that's what you said. I'm going to try to read your lips for a little bit.
Okay, okay.
I'm turning the volume up. It's not really working right now. So I'm going to let you.
Got a headset?
Yep. And even in the headset, it's not working. It's weird.
It's not working. Okay. So I don't know if I've had that problem before. I'm trying to think back. I know it has something to do with settings. So we're going to put you, can you see your live chat? Okay, she can't hear me, so she said that like 2 or 3 times, right? Quit jump since I talked to her. Okay.
No. I'm gonna let you guys talk, and then I'm gonna try to go through my settings and see if it works for headphones or something. Yeah.
Type in. Can you type in answers or let's see. I will type in questions and you can answer.
Okay.
Okay. I think she can hear me. All right, Lydia, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, Quinchela, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be typing in questions for both of you so Paris can participate. And I hope. I'm gonna text her right quick. On Facebook. Let me see. Facebook.
Oh, Facebook, yeah.
Okay. I will be taking in questions on Fire Talk. Okay. All right. So first thing is first. Bodybuilding. How did you get into it? Okay, so let me start by saying this. How did you get into it? But let me start by saying this because, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so you all just start exercising because everybody wants to get in shape, right? And that you really didn't have any intention of doing this. Is that true?
Somewhat. When I initially started working out, this was not on the radar.
Okay. And so, what was on the radar? I mean, what were you doing? What was your motivation for even wanting to work out? The usual.
The usual. The first time was to get in great shape for my wedding, and the second time after my first child, I wanted to drop the baby weight, and that was very successful. I ended up losing even more in my first 3 months of maternity leave. And then a few years ago, I had my last child, and it was very difficult to lose the weight. And so I thought I need to kick it up a whole lot. So those are my initial reasons just for working out. And once I lost so much after him, it took about 1.5 years. I thought, you know what, I can do this. I think I want to challenge myself and do some other things. And I've always been naturally muscular. So, and I like women with muscles. I've always been a fan of Angela Bassett's arms.
All right.
And so, and people, even in high school, people always ask me how I got my arms so toned. And it was just genetics. I think I'm built like my dad was built. But I thought, hey, I think I want to try bodybuilding. I didn't know a whole lot about it. So I did some research and I decided that figure would be better for me. It's above bikini, but a couple of steps below bodybuilding.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the different kinds in just a minute. So I want to weigh in with Paris. Paris, did you see my question?
I see this. Yeah, I see this the chat. So do I answer now?
So can you answer the question?
Yeah, I'll answer. Okay. So how I got into it, it was kind of weird because I got a trainer like my sophomore year of college, I think. And I kind of didn't know what I was doing in the gym. I would just go and like run on the treadmill and stuff like that. And I'd always been really active in high school. Like I played 3 sports a year, and once I got to college, I didn't have that because, I was at Michigan State University. So there was so many people who were like way better than me at all those sports. So there was no way I was like getting on any team or anything. Right. So I was like, I still want to be in shape. I still want to be active. And so I got that trainer and we worked together for a summer and it was good. Like I was seeing how I was actually supposed to be lifting weights and everything. And I kind of like took it my own path after I ended up going back to school because I was in Georgia when I got the trainer. And I went back to school and me and my friends started going to the gym. And eventually, she kind of died out. She was like, ugh, like I'm busy and everything. But I was like, okay, no, like this is my chance. I need to stick to it. And then like 2.5 years later, like this is where I'm at type thing.
All right, can you hear me now?
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now? No.
Ooh, I can't hear you.
Did you go
here, I think.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Was it just wanting to get in shape at first? Did you go into?
Here, type it in and then I'll be able to.
Yeah.
It's terrible. You can't hear anything.
Yeah, that's okay. So, yeah.
Okay, so I was like, I wanted to get in shape at first, and I had no idea what bodybuilding was at all. Like, I was the same way as everyone else. You see these pictures of these women, and they're like huge, and you're like, okay, I'm not trying to get there type thing. But, you know, once you got into it, you start to learn what really goes into it and all this stuff. And about a year ago, it was like last Christmas or so, I think I had started following all these fitness people in the industry and all that stuff, and I would get my workouts from them. And I noticed that a lot of them were like competing. So I was like, okay, like that kind of seems something interesting. Like, I've never done anything like that before, but it was kind of like in high school when you did games, like you competed, you felt like you were like working towards a goal. And for the longest time I had been lifting weights and I didn't really have a goal. I was just kind of doing it. And I was like, man, I want to have abs. Like, I want to like look good type thing. So I was like, let me try to do this and see if I could get to a goal. And I wasn't going to actually commit to it. I was just going to kind of try to put myself through a prep and like pretend like I was going to do it, but not actually commit to it. And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, like if I'm not going to commit to this, it's not going to happen. Like, I like to eat type thing. Right. So once I got into that, I had projected a show for May of this year, and I kind of worked towards that and then started a serious prep in March of this year and did my 10 weeks and did the show, and I got like second call outs or something, and I was like, wow, like this is kind of awesome. Now I really want to make top 5. So I started the show in August, and then I got first. So I was really cool.
Good deal. Yeah. Good deal. You know, she was talking about the ab thing, and I had to laugh. You've seen pictures of my grandson, right? On Facebook, Quinchela. Have you seen pictures of my grandson? Well, he's always talking about, look at my 6-pack, right? I'm like, boy, you ain't even that 2-pack, right? Okay. Okay. So one of the other things that she mentioned was, when she first started, this notion of bodybuilding came to her. You know, the first thing she thought was like these huge women. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not bodybuilders of today. Not like say 10 or 15 years ago, like the really muscular women that seem to have lost their femininity. Is it?
There's still a place for them.
There's still a place for that. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
They're still around. Yeah.
Okay.
They're still out there.
Okay, so let's talk about these categories then, okay? Because that brings back another thing. Hang on. Okay, so let's talk about these categories. So there are a few. You got fitness, bikini, figure, physique, and you have bodybuilding. Okay, so I think we're all a little bit familiar with bodybuilding, but what's the difference in the training?
I've done some research on it, but for me, bikini is a little bit leaner, not as muscular. It's what you would typically find maybe spring break on the beach, that sort of thing. Very toned person, but not necessarily striated. Like if they're walking, you wouldn't see the muscles pop, that sort of thing. Then you have figure, which is what I did. It's a little more muscular, so you would see some pop when they're walking, or if they're showing their biceps or their back or something like that.
Just in walking.
Yes.
Okay.
And in physique, it's a step beyond that even. And then you have what most people are familiar with, bodybuilding, when they see the really huge people and you see all the rips everywhere. That's something I admire it, and I know the work that goes into it. That's not something I want to do. That's not the look that I want to have. I think a couple of steps down with figure is perfect for me. Okay.
So I'm going to ask Paris a question here. Let's see what, let's see, physique.
So I got the difference in the training and what area of training can you explain? So I do bikini too. I think, do you do bikini? No. Okay, you do figure, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for me, it was like a little different because so judges usually look for like overall balance and like shoulder caps and like tight, but not, see, with figure, it's more of like muscularity and I think I don't know if you already went through this, 'cause I can't hear anything, but yeah. So yeah, it's all of that. But then with bikini, it's more of just like that toned, like bikini look, but they're not necessarily looking for like beach body. It's obviously like you've worked for it, you've dieted down, like stuff like that, but they don't want to see like vascularity or anything like that. So they're looking for just like the look of, you know, you've bodybuilded, you've worked hard, you've trained hard, and, you know, let's see how toned and even you can get yourself to look. So it's just like that little step down from what figure would usually get. So you still kind of diet down the same, like you probably take the same amount of time or less to prep and stuff. But you're just kind of looking for an overall evenness, and they also look for separation between your glutes and your hamstrings. So that's when you get like the turnaround and, you know, face the back, and they look for all of that evenness type thing. But I do want to kind of move over into figure kind of, because I really like the way that looks, and I like a off-season figure body. Yeah. So I like your side of things.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: is this addictive?
I think so, because for me, as you mentioned, it was a bucket list goal for me. I was turning 140 now, but when I did my show, I was still 39. I did it this past July, and I turned 40 in September. So that's what it was for me, and I thought, I'm going to do the one show and I'm done. And my uncle was telling me, he helped train me for the show. He was saying, look, once you do the one, you're going to want to do another one. And I said, no, just I'm one and done. And after, I thought, no, you know, I think I want to try it again. Yeah. It's intense and crazy. And a lot of times I was crazy. I broke down a lot and cried about it because I couldn't eat something I wanted to eat.
Oh, really? You cried about the food.
Or I like to sleep, but I knew I'd have to wake up early. I'd wake up at 5 so I could get to the gym by 5:20, 5:30, because I needed about an hour and a half to work out before I went to work. So it's not always fun.
Before you went to work?
Be hard on everybody. Before I went to work.
Every day?
I would say out of 7 days of the week, anywhere from 4 to 6 days.
Oh, that's every day.
It's some days it felt like every day.
You're right.
On the off day, I'd be doing something.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the journey, and I'm off right now, as you can see.
Yeah. Oh, I can't see that way. No, I can't.
I'm off right now, but I'll start back tomorrow.
Okay.
And I want to do 3 shows next year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I would like to get I'd like to get a pro card. I just want to see how far I can push myself.
Okay.
After, I just wanted to see how I would fare in July. And I ended up placing first in novice and masters. And I thought, wow, I think I can be even bigger and better.
Okay.
So I want to try it again next year.
Okay, well, good luck. Good luck. I'm gonna get Paris in on that about being addictive.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's kind of hard to say addicting, just because like, the dieting down is hard. Yeah. It takes a long time. It takes a lot of discipline. And I kind of try to, I'm sitting in the sun. I don't know. I like it, and it's definitely addictive because, you know, you want to do better every time. You want to see like improvements. And, you know, you just want to push your body to like the farthest level you can push it, like see where you can go with it type thing. But then there's also like the other side of it, which, you know, you get to a certain point where you know it's not healthy. Like, you know, your hormones are changing, you know, that, you know, your body's not getting what it needs type thing. So you kind of have to like walk that line of do I really want to do this? You know, is it worth me feeling low and tired and confused?
Okay.
So, you know, it all depends.
Okay. How about does it bother you when you don't work out?
It does kind of bother me. Just because I'm used to it at this point. So when I'm not working out, I'm kind of like, I feel it almost like you know, after like 2.5 years of doing this, you start to like really get in tune with your body and what your body wants, and you know, when you need to stop, when you need to keep going. And for me, when I'm not working out, it's kind of become like my time to just like, you know, be by myself. Yeah. Like, and just kind of unwind after a day. So like for work now, when I'm in LA, I'm busy all day. You know, I have so much to do. So when I go to the gym, it's like, okay, like get some of that energy out. Like whatever happened during the day, it's whatever, like get it out during the workout. And then, so, you know, it's kind of become like, you know, therapy. And at the same time, it's like, if I'm not working out, I feel that I feel myself get more tired as I don't work out. And I'm like, no, like, come on, you need to keep things up and keep things moving. So it helps me feel better.
Okay, good. You know, I am in no way even close to being where you ladies are. But you know, all I do is walk, right? That's my thing. I walk every day. And I ask that question because I hate it when I don't walk. I mean, you know, like I start out in the morning, there's a morning, I get toward the afternoon, I'm trying to figure out when can I get it in. And so that's one reason why I asked it. And I've lost some weight. And so I still have more to go. And so the more you lose, the more you want to lose. But so for me, I feel kind of that, a little bit of that combination of addiction and wanting to meet my goal, which is why I asked that question. And I hate when I don't, but I usually take absolutely one day off, you know, during the week, either a Saturday or a Sunday. But I know for me, it's a little bit addictive. But let's talk about, I'm gonna type this in, Ernestine Shepherd. Yeah, okay, hold on. Look, so I'm reading up on Ernestine Shepherd, right? And so she says that, you know, she didn't get started until she was 56. And I'm like, okay, so I know I'm walking and everything, you know, trying to lose weight and whatever, and I'm 56, but that's not like confirmation, affirmation, anything, because I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So let's talk about her. When you first started doing it, was she anywhere in your stratosphere? Like, I want to be like her, or was she a role model or something?
I was familiar with her for a few years, and I just admire any woman of color who's into fitness. And to see someone who started at her age, I think her story is she and her sister were going to work out together.
Yes, her sister got her started.
Right, and her sister got sick and passed away, and he wanted to continue that, sort of in honor of her. And I just thought, if someone at her age could start and look as great as she does, what's my excuse?
I know.
But she's somewhere in this area. And I look at her page all the time. But she was definitely an inspiration to me, and still is. I'd love to continue working out and doing all of this as long as I can. I just want to be the best me I can be.
Okay. Yeah, she, you know, I just started, you know, in preparation for this, I would say I probably did more research on bodybuilding and for this live stream than I have on any other, because I'm so, look, I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, okay? But bodybuilding was not one. So I had to do some serious homework. And so, you know, I go to her page. I was like, golly, this lady, she just putting everybody to shame. It wasn't putting me to shame.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be a bodybuilder. And hey, you never know. You know, I might do something. You know, maybe get a trainer or something, try to get more physically fit. But I don't see myself going a distance like that. Let me ask Paris a question here. I'm so glad I took type in 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
I'm like, this is so funny that we have to like talk through this. Fine. But I actually, now that you say it, because I was like, who is that at first? But yes, I have heard of her, and it's crazy because at my last show, I met I don't know if he's the oldest like African American bodybuilder, but he's like 73 or so. Okay. His name's Sonny. They call him Sonny, but I think his name's like Samuel Bryan or something like that. And it was amazing watching him on stage. Like, and I was like telling my dad, like, Dad, like I know you can do it now. He's up there. But it's definitely influencing because, when you're in this type of like, when you're in this hobby and it's something that you really love to do, you think like, how long can I actually do this for? And if it's something that becomes your career, like now I want to be a personal trainer and, work with sponsors and stuff like that. And I'm like, how long can I really do this before, I have to find a different outlet? But when you see people like that who have been who bodybuild until whatever age, it's like, now I know that you can do this for however long you want to. Like, if that's something that you're passionate about, if that's something that your body can handle, like, barring if you get an injury or something like that, you can do it for however long. And I think that that's also something that made me want to be a personal trainer, was being able to tell people no matter what age, it's like, your body wants to be healthy. Like, I mean, you don't have to bodybuild or compete or anything, but your body wants to be healthy. So, I want to be able to give that to people who, have been trying for so long to get healthy and, stuff like that. I'm like, I want to give you true and real experiences and people who have done it, like, Ernestine and Sunny, who, they're in their 70s and working hard. So, oh no, my dad's not doing it. I always try to I'm like, Dad, like, I'm home now. Like, you need to work out with me. He's like, no, I like to run more. Yeah, right. So, speaking of Paris' dad, let me ask this because I look what. Let's watch this. Okay. She's typing. Oh yeah. I always track her too, but she was saying once I get back from California, I think she wants to jump on the boat. She probably won't compete. Really? She won't compete, but I think she wants to kind of jump on and have me teach her a few things. Okay. So Quinchela, so let's switch gears a little bit. So, Paris talking about a mom and dad. Let's talk about support systems. Okay. So let's talk about support system. And I don't know, because I know Paris is away from her mom and her dad. But is your husband there? Is Jeff there?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Where is he? Tell him to come on over.
He's being supportive right now. Let me see.
Yeah, he's being supportive right now. Yeah, so bring him on out. Bring him on.
Hold on.
Yeah, bring him on. Both of you. I want to see both of you.
Okay. Hey, Jeff.
Is she getting her mom?
Husband.
Oh, I thought she was getting her mom. Okay.
No,
or husband. Okay.
No. Look, I'm waiting for your mom to type in the chat about her future fitness quest. And I haven't seen your mother in like 5 years since we graduated high school. So yeah. So tell me about.
He's coming in just a second.
Okay, so support system through my training. I actually started the first show back when I was at school. So, I just had my friends and stuff. My parents weren't there to see it or anything. And at first they were kind of like, what is this? Because, no one I've ever known or anything has ever gotten into bodybuilding like that. Like, there was one of my friends from high school who we all just were like, oh, you're so buff. Like, how'd you get, stuff like that. But no one had ever bodybuilded, like, seriously type of thing. So I was the first to do it. And my parents were kind of like, well, what is this? Like, it's something new. Like, we've never heard of it. And of course, if you don't know anything about it, you just see, these magazines and these people and you're like, whoa, like, what are they doing type thing. So, but I still had them because they were like, okay, like, if this is something you want to do, like, go ahead. It's not messing up your schooling or anything. So I kind of, like, I told them about it when I first started thinking about it type thing, but it was never, like I said, I never committed to it really. So it was kind of just like, you know, we'll see how it goes. And then once I got close to graduation, I was like, guys, like, I think I might actually do this show type thing. And it was so expensive. So they're kind of like, okay, like, when are you gonna, you know, where are you getting this money from? And I'm like, I really don't know. Like, we're gonna have to see how that goes type thing. Yeah. So, you know, they were kind of supportive about it. Yeah. Job. And I had my job too. So a lot of my paycheck was going to it. And by the end of it, I was like, okay, like, is this actually worth it? Because like everything I'm making is going to this show. What? So it, you know, I better win. But
that's true.
Yeah, it was, you know, it was hard at first, but I had my friends and you know, close people who were like, okay, like, if you want to do this, like, go right ahead. So I went and did it, and my parents were like, wow, like, you actually did really good. I started this. So, you know, then I was like, okay, like, I guess I'll just keep going.
Okay. All right. Your husband's name is Jeff. Is it Jeff? Quinchela?
I'm sorry. Technical difficulties.
Is your name Jeff?
Hello.
Okay, we keep freezing.
Yes.
Yeah. Say what should I say? Yes. Okay. So you know, Paris has started talking about, you know, her parents. And I was just talking about support systems through this training thing. Okay, that's before we even got into how expensive it is. So Jeff, tell me about as
wait for it to come back on. It's frozen.
Tell me about as Quinchela was going through this training. You know, how the dynamics, you know, changed in your household. For example, you know, I imagine it required quite a bit of hours, perhaps travel, because I know her uncle. Is your uncle here in Birmingham?
Yeah, he's in Birmingham.
Okay, so tell me about that. Tell me, how do you support a wife that starts doing this?
Can you still see her or no?
Well, I mean, part of it has to do with just the way that she is, and just, you know, she has been living a healthy lifestyle before this, even before the competition. So, you know, at least 3 or 4 times a week, she'll go to the gym just based on her own, you know, personal interests and personal hobbies. So, but when we started with the competition, now we did have a couple of false starts. I'm not sure if she discussed that yet or not, which is fine. But once she actually got it in her mind,
okay, there we go. Everyone's back.
Once she committed for the date of one of the competitions, we did a lot of, you know, since we both work, we've got 2 kids, which take up a lot of time. We just adjusted our schedule, you know, so a lot of that meant going in early in the morning. And what we would do is, you know, we'd prepare, you know, a meal plan for throughout the day. And what I would do is go ahead, since, you know, we both work in opposite directions. I would help the kids get ready in the morning, but I would help her, you know, prep her meal plan in the morning. She would go and get up, you know, maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning, since she would have to be at work at 8, and go and knock out, you know, 2 hours every day. I mean, it was a sacrifice, but, you know, to get to the point that she needed to get to with the show, that's we just had to make it part of our regular routine.
Yeah, that's some kind of dedication. I mean, all the way down to the meal planning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
let me tell you what he's leaving out.
Okay.
So, Jeff, I cook, but I don't cook like that. And so on the weekends, he would cook with me to make sure that I was making the food I needed to have. He would get up with me at 5 in the morning, and he'd go downstairs and make my lunch and everything. So all I had to do was get ready, grab my lunch, and I'm out the door. Sometimes if I had to go after work, then he would watch the kids, or, you know, his mom would watch the kids. So there was a lot of behind the scenes things that he did so that I could go out and be great and accomplish this bucket list.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I don't think it could have happened any other way, because when my babies would miss me and I would think I didn't go to the gym this
right.
afternoon, he would smooth that over. Or he would try to get them involved in some kind of exercise, and then when I come home, they want to show me their muscles and you know that they were doing ab work or lifting little baby weights or something like that.
Really, the kids?
Long journey.
The kids were doing like lifting little baby weights. Is that what you're saying?
I had like little 2-pound weights around the house, so they would do that. But he has been and still is very, very supportive. So he's very modest.
Okay. You know, I kind of gathered that. I mean, because I mean, that was quite intense, very extensive, and it wasn't something that was overnight. And for you to be successful in that way, I don't really think that there's any way that you could have done that if you didn't have that support. I mean, I don't see.
No.
I mean, y'all would not even be together. Probably.
Yeah.
Couldn't take that.
I would go home to Birmingham. Like my mom is there, so I go home and see her and my uncle a lot, and he has a fitness studio now. But even when I would go home every day in the morning, he would ask me to text him what my plan was for the day, what food I was going to eat, what exercise I was going to do, and my weight. So every day I was at home, I had to send that to him, and we would go over it. And he would say, okay, you staying on track, or, you know, you didn't need to do that, or I thought you were going to run. You were supposed to run today. And that helped me so much.
Surprisingly as it might be, even though when she goes to go see her uncle, who is a personal trainer, this is a job, what he's interested, you know, been in for the last 30 years or so. This is what he does all day. They tend to have a lot of fun together, and sometimes it means going out and splurging a little bit and eating a little bit off of.
Well deserved, I would think. That's just me talking, though. That's just me talking, because that little splurging can get you in trouble.
Oh, and it kills a lot of times.
It can get you in trouble.
There's a lot of starting over again on Mondays, but you know what we did was, you know, once we decided to actually, you know, sign up for the program and sign up for the competition, it was you know, things just.
You're all in, man. You're all in. You're just in it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right.
Whether you're going to be on stage,
you have to commit.
It's up to you what you look like when you're up there, and everybody's up there looking at you. You know, that's you have to put it in and put the work in ahead of time.
You do, and they see everything. Those lights show all of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes,
wow. Well, look, thank you, Jeff, for weighing in. I'm gonna ask Paris a question here, bring it back into the flow, and talk about the expense and sponsors. Go back to that for just a little bit. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No, I had there was no help from any sponsors or anything. I'm looking into that now, but when I first did my competition, everything, it was out of pocket, everything, the suit, the suit, the food, and all that, and it became kind of okay, am I gonna pay for entering the competition this week or pay for chicken this week? It was a big balance. It was crazy. So for the first one, I didn't even really diet as well as in being in college and all that stuff. That was the hardest thing, because it was I need to keep up. I'm graduating soon, and especially with the graduating, it was I can't be as strict as I would want to be, because I'm not gonna waste my last few weeks, you know, of college, which I'll never get back, because I can always do competitions and stuff like that. But if I have 2 weeks of college left, I want to go out with my friends and have dinners with all my friends, because it's the last time I'm gonna see them. So it was a big balancing act, that first prep, and it was I left out of that prep with no money. So it was just but sponsorships I started seeing that they were actually really, they're paying for people to do these competitions and stuff. And of course, they have to look for you, and it's kind of like getting any job, really. And I started to really look into it. And, while I'm here in California, I was the fitness industry is, it's really big in California. So you know, I have seen many people with a lot of followers on Instagram and all this stuff, and, you know, these sponsors see them and reach out to them. But while I'm in California, I was like, okay, this is the opportunity for me to start to network in the fitness industry, because I do want to be a trainer. So either way, I'll be in it. But I was like, if I really want to get a sponsorship, and if I really want someone to look at me as someone who could be the face of their company as an athlete, you know, I have to reach out to these people. So, you know, I've been reaching out to athletes while I'm here. And I'm actually here for a fashion internship, but when I'm not doing my internship, I'm like, you know, going, trying to, you know, meet these people and really kind of get my face out there, because I'm like, if I could be paid to compete, that would be a whole different thing.
Yeah, right.
Whole different thing. So, you know, it'd be nice to do that, but I think the main thing with the sponsorship is I would just like to have a platform to be able to get my message out there, you know, and get out, you know, good information, solid information. And my main thing was I want someone in that position who looks like me. You know, you see all these people, you know, doing it, but I don't see any, you know, like huge African-American, you know, women in the industry who are really having a platform. And, you know, I follow a few. Latoya Watts is a big figure competitor. And she just won, I think, 3rd or so at the Olympia this last weekend. And the top 3 figure competitors in the world are now 3 Black women. So yeah, they all just won the Olympia last week. So I was like, this is crazy. But you know, I'm looking at bikini girls and I'm like, where are we at? You know? Right. So my main thing was if I do these sponsorships and, you know, I get my face out there, I'm like, I want someone to look at me the way, you know, I was looking at all these women. Like, where's someone that looks like me, who has the same build as I do, and I can follow my plan, you know, against theirs, because it's always easier to, you know, follow your training with people who look like you, because I always train myself. So it was kind of like, okay, I need someone to kind of help me figure out where my body type can go in comparison to, you know, people who are like 5'1" or whatever. Like, I'm 5'7", so, you know, 5'7" with an athletic build, and I wasn't really seeing that, and I wasn't seeing anyone my color. So I was like, I really want to, you know, I want to be that for someone to look at and be like, yeah, like, I can do this because I saw her do it, type thing. Right.
Yeah. Well, Quinchela, I'm typing in these questions, but these questions are for you too. Are you, because you put the bill for your training, but at this point, would you be looking for sponsors as you keep going?
That would be great. I don't know how appropriate that would be for me.
Really? How come?
Well, because I'm looking at it as, I mean, I don't have the perfect body. I'm 4'11", and I'm a mom of 2, and that's very obvious in some spots. It's like, oh yeah, I can see she's had some babies there. So I don't know if that would work for me, but it's certainly something that I was listening, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna look into that too, and just see and just find.
Have you not thought about it?
I thought about it some. I would have to find out how it all works, but I've certainly thought about it at some point. And if someone would want me to be the face, sure, I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Well, I would think number one, because you won first place, right?
I did.
Yeah, that's like street cred, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that should get you some brownie points. I would think
so. And just like she was saying, I want it to be an inspiration for other moms, to let them know you don't have to be perfect. You know, just be your best and just get out there and just rock it. And so, especially being a natural hair.
I know, girl, you be wearing it.
I was on stage with my gigantic fro.
I know.
It was wonderful, and that's how I plan to do it.
Okay.
And I'm hoping somebody back there is looking at me and saying, I want to do that too. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I guess it takes a minute to build an audience. I'm going to switch back to Paris, because she's into sponsorships, and I want to know this from her. Because
I think I saw you. Oh, go ahead.
You both want to target, have very big interest in targeting African American women. Quinchela, you mothers, and so I would think Paris, if you are going to be, for both of you, if you were going to be seeking sponsors, they would have to kind of be very specific. Yeah. So Paris, can you answer that? The question?
Yeah, for me, I think my ideal sponsor, you know, it's kind of like it can be either one. It's, you know, whatever.
Oh, we're frozen. Okay, she's frozen. She's frozen. But that's something that yeah, Paris, if you can hear me, I can't hear you because you've frozen up. If it lasts too much longer, you know, 30 seconds to a minute.
For me, I think I just entered First Form's Athlete Search recently, and they're a supplement company, and I've never tried their supplements, and that's a whole different thing because for me to try supplements, I would need the money to try supplements, and I don't really have that right now. Oh, but yeah, so, you know, my ideal one would, you know, if I could get into First Form, I'll try that. But the people I've been reaching out to are sponsors of Live Fit, who is a really big clothing company who I absolutely love. I love their athlete team. I love their clothes type things. So I would love to be signed by them. And then usually you'll do like one clothing company, one supplement company. But for me, the supplement companies are a little bit more, I need to really look into it because for me, I also compete in natural bodybuilding. So I'd have to look into their supplements and, you know, what they're selling, what they stand for type thing, because, you know, you always, I don't want to have a platform and give people the impression that I believe in something that I don't. I want people to, you know, take in what I actually believe in, what I've researched, what I know type thing. So it's kind of like whatever comes with time, whatever I feel is right. And, you know, who will really take care of me as their athlete and who I'll feel like is part of the family. Because if I'm working with these people, if I'm working with this athlete team, it's like, you know, I want these people to really be, you know, in the same mindset as I am, driven and, you know, working towards something and, you know, feel like a family because we're going to be traveling together. We're going to be doing all these crazy things. So, you know, it's important that I have that before I have just any old sponsorship.
Okay. So, talk about that, fashion and fitness.
Yeah, and for me, it was like, you know, a lot of people are still, because, you know, I went to school for fashion. So that was a huge thing for me, and that was my career path before I started competing. And I think that with the way that everything went as far as timing, because I, like, fell in love with this fitness thing literally, like, a month after I graduated. And I was like, wait a minute, like I just did 4 years of an education in fashion and now I have this passion. Yeah, I have this complete different passion. So I think what I'm taking from it is just kind of like in God's timing, it'll work out, whatever happens. But I think that I want to go into fashion after I've established myself, after I've, you know, figured out this whole fitness thing. I want to kind of go into that. And yeah, and a lot of people were saying always go hand in hand with fitness type thing. And you, yeah, and you know, building my own brand and all that stuff. So for me, I think it'll be fashion post fitness or once I've established myself in fitness. And then I think I'll start a fashion line, or I've also thought really hard into doing competition, you know, bikinis and figure bikini, you know, all that stuff. So I think I might get into that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Here's a question for both of you.
And then see if, you know, opening a gym is a thing, or, you know, just there's so many things you could do with all of it that it's just like I have so many options now that I'm doing 2 of them instead of 1. Because the fashion industry for me, I was like, once I really got into it, I was like, it's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for you.
So I think I want to take it my own way, but I think establishing myself financially in the fitness industry will open that door type thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. I know she can't.
Did you see her?
I know she can't hear me.
Frozen.
But yeah, and I'm thinking because she went to school for fashion and textiles, she ended up doing this. And I just want to say I think that it's really great because some people will still do that even though their passion was something else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Quinchela. Yeah. Yeah. So do you think you would do that? Let's say if you had gone to school for something and you've gone and you even went to graduate school or whatever, you know, and all of a sudden you got this passion in fitness. I mean, where do you think your mind would be? Do you think you
I
say,
would,
God, I've spent, you know, 8, 9 years in school, you know, undergrad, PhD or whatever, and now, no, I can't do this. I've invested all this time and money. Do you think you would switch gears?
well, I don't know. That's a difficult question for me because I've always loved science
Yeah.
and health. Is my undergrad is in biology and I have a master's in public
Uh-huh.
health. So although my interest was in women's reproductive health and sexual health, STI education, and I always had underlying interest in fitness. So it's not much of a stretch for me. But if I were doing something totally different, I don't know. I think she was very brave to do
Yeah, that is brave. That
it.
is very brave.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, and I'm sure there was probably some reservation about it, and she probably got some negative feedback from others, maybe. But that's pretty cool that she went forward
Yeah.
with it and decided to follow her passion.
I just typed in we were talking about her. I bet she's gonna wonder what they're saying, right? Okay, so here's
all good. I'd be wondering too. It's good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna type this question in for both of you, and we're gonna kind of wrap it up. Okay.
Okay.
I just like always like look at the live chat. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so Quinchela, go ahead. Do you think that is there a chance that you all might cross paths in this bodybuilding arena, where you know when you compete, are there multiple types of competitions going on at the same time? Is there a chance that you all cross paths?
That is a possibility.
Yeah.
Some people travel, like they have shows everywhere, and the real enthusiasts will travel from state to state and do them. I am gonna keep it close to home. And I want to do the one in Birmingham again next year.
Well, you got close. I mean, close to home, but you was kind of hard because you're like you got your homes are this far apart. You got one here in Alabama. You got one there. Where are you, DC?
In Virginia.
Yeah, so you're like close to home was what?
I want to do a couple of shows in Virginia and Maryland, the one in Birmingham, and I would consider doing one in Atlanta somewhere.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
if she comes on over to figure, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I hope you all meet. I hope you all meet. I hope you do meet.
I would love to. I'd love to stay connected.
You should do that.
Yeah, I would say it's a possibility for sure. Just because, especially since I was thinking about maybe crossing over into figure, depending on how this off season goes. I'm like, bodybuilding is such a small. I mean, it seems big when you're in it, like a big industry type thing, but it's such a small group of people because it takes a lot to be so committed to something like that. So you know, it's like at any time there's a possibility that we could end up doing the same show or something like that. So. I mean, since it's such a small community and, you know, I mean, it depends on where my body is at a certain point, but if I cross over to figure, like, I think that it definitely could happen.
Okay. Okay, and Quinchela, you want to stay close home. Let me ask Paris this. Are there only certain regions where you'll compete? Because your competition was your competition in Georgia, Quinchela?
In Birmingham.
It was in Birmingham. Okay, were you in Atlanta?
Well, for me, I think I mean, I'm kind of like wherever I am at that point. I'm literally always in different places. Like graduated in Michigan, now I'm in Georgia, now I'm in California. Like, you know, it's always different. So I think it's like whenever I have like the I guess, mental stamina to be able to go through another prep. I think wherever I am at that point, I gotta just look up where the shows are, because I didn't even know there was one in Augusta. And then, you know, once I finished my first show, I was like, oh, well, since I'll be there at that time, then I might as well do it. So it's kind of like wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I could do a prep.
Okay. Yeah, you know, well, I'm so excited about this. And so, you know, secretly I'm saying, God, I wish I could do that, but I ain't ready to do that. Yeah, that was that. Like, I wish I could do that, because, you know, I'm always seeking something new to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, God, like, can I see me? You know, can I see me? You know, in that kind of physical shape. And yeah, I can see me in my head, but it will never be a reality, right? So, but anyway, we're gonna wind this down. I want to say thanks for one thing. Thank you, ladies. And any last words? Let's start with you, Quinchela. For people who are watching or might watch a replay, and whether they're at a point where they're just, you know, wanting to get healthy or physically fit, or even if the possibility of going to some form of bodybuilding, whether it be bikini fitness or a physique, what would you have to say to them?
I would say if it's anywhere on the radar, definitely do it, but make sure you are prepared mentally for it. I'm a very strong person emotionally, but it took me through the ringer at some points. But I had set the goal, and I knew it was going to happen one way or the other. So definitely reach towards that goal. And what helps me is not to focus on anybody else but me. And I always say this, especially when I'm in the gym, I like to look in the mirror and I say, my only competitor is that person looking back at me. I don't worry about what anybody else is doing. I just do me.
Yeah.
So that would be my first advice, and have some kind of support system in place, because there are going to be times when you're going to think, I'm just crazy for doing this. Everybody else thinks I'm crazy. I'm out. Like here at my house, my in-laws are here too, and my mother-in-law makes the meals, but I make my own meal, so we eat separately. And a lot of times she's making some stuff that I really want to eat too, but it's not going to help me get to my goal. You know, those French fries or those hot dogs or something aren't going to look good on stage.
No, right.
So I have to just separate myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes that means if I know I'm having a weekday, I'll eat upstairs away from it, because I'll know I can't handle it.
Okay.
But if you just take that into consideration, have at least one good support person, then go for it. Go for it.
Okay, well, very good, very good. How about you, Paris? Last words?
I mean, because, you know, I'm training people now, and I would just say, like, you know, if you're gonna do it, like, you know, just like kind of go for it type thing. Especially people who are kind of scared to get into the gym. Like, I definitely know how it feels going in the gym, and you're like, there's so many people in here who have probably go here every day. They all know each other. It's kind of weird, you know, but it's like, you know, yeah, it's very intimidating. And I have clients who are like, you know, I don't want to go into a gym until I feel comfortable enough. And I'm like, you know, like, there's so many ways to get in shape. And even if you're not a weightlifter, like, I fell in love with weightlifting, but that might not be your way of doing fitness. So if you want to do boxing, or you want to, you know, like, hike or whatever it is, like, there's so many different outlets of getting in shape, but just know that your body wants that, and it's craving you to get out and be active type thing. So whatever that means for you, it's like, there's no right or wrong way type thing.
Okay. All right. Hang on. Bear with me one more second.
And I also always say, like, if you have like social media, I think finding people that look like you. I mean, that was the biggest thing for me too. Like, I'm like, I want someone that has done it, that looks like me, and, you know, because you want to be able to relate to that. You want to be able to see where your body can go. And if you don't have that looking in the mirror, you want to find that somewhere else. So if someone looks like you and, you know, you connect with them and you see their posts and you're like, I believe in the things they believe in. It's kind of like seeing where you can be when you get to their point. So, you know.
That is true. And just to piggyback off that, at the show that I did, a lot of the people that were in the show as well, we became Facebook friends. And so we support each other because it's a madness that you only understand when you are in it. You know, I eat almost the same thing every day for weeks, and other people don't understand that, but the other competitors do.
I do too.
So that helps me to.
I do too. I'm so tired of
find your tribe.
Yeah, I get it. So, and I hope the two of you will connect. Now that you both have a connection, I hope that you know, become comrades and to whatever degree that's going to be. Let me just type in a note for Paris here. Letting you know, I know she has some.
I know I can't hear you,
but hey, it's been just like you can hear us and we can hear you. It's been very interactive. You've been a pleasure to type with.
I hope it was smoothly. I hope it didn't look at you.
No, it was incredibly smooth considering the technical difficulty. But we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna make a motion. We're gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna get out of here. Thank you, ladies, so much for finally being on. I enjoyed you both. I'll be watching you both.
Thank you.
Quinchela, would you come back here? Because I didn't really know you were doing this till you were standing on that stage with that trophy. Okay.
Because I was so afraid. I didn't want to make the announcement too soon. And then my big mouth uncle told everybody maybe months before. And I thought, well, it's out there. I have to do it now.
Well, I mean, the whole bodybuilding thing. I knew you were, because like I keep like we're like Fitbit pals or something, or My Fitness Pal. Because I thought you were just exercising, you know, and all that. I didn't know until that moment when I saw that picture. I just thought you were exercising like, you know, the rest of us you were more committed than the rest of us.
Okay.
But anyway,
I had a goal in mind.
That's a wrap, ladies. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. Don't jump up this thanks. Bye, Tanya.
I will. Bye.